everyone, so today I want to talk to you guys about work and pregnancy and foremost my maternity leave. By the time this video will go live, I am officially on maternity leave. I am counting down the hours. That's how much I feel like I need maternity leave. First off, if you don't know what kind of a profession job I have, I'm basically an independent worker, which means I'm a nurse and the people who need to be taken care of can hire me. So I don't work through a hospital, I don't work through a healthcare institution. The only way I'm getting my clients outside of like my clients itself with a middleman is an agency. The good thing about being an independent worker, because that's what it's called in the Netherlands, is that I can charge my clients the same the same hour rate as a hospital or a healthcare institution would, but more of that money ends up in my pocket because there's no middleman. Even with the agency, I mean, I would still make more than if I would through a health institution. The downside to it is that I'm not really insured for maternity leave, and I could get myself my own insurance for that, and it will cost me way more than I would ever get from a maternity leave paycheck. Luckily for me, there is a teeny tiny little loophole in the Dutch law that says that if you're an independent worker and you are getting pregnant or you are pregnant, you are entitled to social checks, basically. And the reason why is they don't want you to go really close to your due date while still working and then like only gave birth like 2 weeks ago and then have to go back to work for financial reasons. They want to make sure that your health is, you know, can handle the amount of work you have to do before you go back to work after birth. So most independent workers will not apply for the maternity leave checks because it's a lot of work. Like, it takes hours to apply for it, and then you will never get more than minimum wage because that's the max they will give you. So they'll give you anywhere between $0 a day and $60 a day. Now with Logan, I did take that effort because first of all, I didn't even know how much work it was. It's a ton of work. And I ended up getting $30 a day for 16 weeks straight because that's how long maternity leaves last in the Netherlands. I don't have to tell you that I usually get more than $30 a day if I am working. That's okay. It is still $30 more than I would if I just sit on my butt. So for 16 weeks, I got $30 a day, and it did cost me to take more maternity leave than I would if I didn't get any of that, but I did want to work faster than if I would have got my normal pay. Like, I worked up to 36 weeks, and I think when Logan was like 8 weeks old, yeah, I went back to work basically because I was like, I'm okay, I feel alright, and I can sit home for another, what's that, 2, 4, 8 plus 4, yeah, I had 4 more weeks of maternity leave left. I could sit on my booty for 4 weeks with only $30 a day, or I could go back to work, and that's what I did. Now this time around, I was determined to go on maternity leave sooner because with Logan, I had like 3 days of maternity leave, and then I went into hospital because of my blood pressure. So I didn't really like have a maternity leave. And because I already have a toddler running around, I knew I wasn't going to be physically anywhere where I was the last few weeks of my pregnancy with Logan. Because there's no way I can rest as much right now as I did with him. Either way, this time around I applied for the maternity leave checks again, and it took me hours, and I mean like hours and hours of filling out the paperwork. And I got a response pretty fast this time around, which was nice because it kind of gives you an idea of what you're about to what you have to prepare yourself for, like money-wise, financially seen. And I actually got minimum wage, which is like the top they give you. So I got the $60 a day, which is awesome. I mean, obviously I still have to, you know, tighten up the belt a few weeks because I am not making as much money, or not getting as much money as I would if I would be working. But $60 a day is way more than getting nothing at all. So I'm really happy about that. This time around, I am going on maternity leave at 34.5 weeks. And that leaves me with 5.5 weeks until my due date. And that means I have 10.5 weeks after my due date, which is amazing. So the money you get is basically for 16 whole weeks. And that's regardless of when you go onto maternity leave, when is your due date, when you actually deliver, or what kind of delivery you have. You get 16 weeks and that's it. So if you go into labor sooner than that, you'll have more postpartum time. If you go into labor later than your due date, then you'll just have less postpartum time and more relaxing time before your due date. basically, maternity leave wise scene. With Logan, I noticed that the moment I got back to work, my supply dropped a little bit. And I already didn't have that much of Logan, so that was really a struggle. This time around, I do not want to make it a struggle, so breastfeeding has to go like absolutely amazing before I go back to work. And the way I would do that is I would probably start off with like declines in the morning. Those are just 2 hours in the morning, 2 to 3 times a week. That would work with breastfeeding either way. Like I could either pump before or after. 2 hours is not going to be dramatic to not pump in those 2 hours. But with my other client where there's like 2 6-hour days, they don't have a separate like pumping room or yeah, they just don't have like that special room where you can pump in ease. So if I'm okay, like if breastfeeding is really working out awesome, I will probably go back to work 1 day a week at first, just to see how my supply will work out. So we're just gonna have to like play it by ear at that point, just to see how it all goes. But hopefully by the end of the summer, I'll be back at work 2 days a week and 2 to 3 mornings. Yeah, that's basically our plan for my maternity leave. So my maternity leave starts as you guys are watching it, and it will last for as long as it needs for me to feel comfortable breastfeeding wise, basically. If I'm physically fine, if I'm breastfeeding is going all right, then I probably go back to work before the 10 weeks. But we'll just have to wait and see, and I'll keep you guys updated. And if you have any questions, then leave those in the comments down below. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.